Live from northern Japan, this is SLOG with Neil Hartmann.
That, my friends, is 4 meters of snow. 4 meters snow depth. Incredible season here in Hokkaido. Unfortunately, the resorts are starting to close. Well, you see, let me explain. Here in Japan, many of the resorts at high elevation stay open until around May the 12th. That is the end of the Golden Week holiday, which is a very big event here in Japan. It's a long spring vacation. But resorts at lower elevations where the snow melts faster, they're all starting to close. Some have already closed and many more are closing this weekend on April the 3rd, which is generally the end of spring school vacation. Well, it's like 9:15 a.m. here at the top of Sapporo Kokusai on a Friday. There's only like 3 other people here right now. So maybe that's another reason resorts tend to close up around this time of year. It's unfortunate because it's actually really, really good right now. Admittedly, the powder is not very deep at this time of year. We've got like 2 centimeters on top of a pretty firm base today, but it's fast. The hat is not gonna work. Gonna have to get a beanie on here. Okay, one of the major resorts that is closing this weekend here in Hokkaido is Risutsu Resort. They close on the 3rd of April. This week I went out there. I linked up with Waji. He is an amazing snowboarder. He's got a really unique style. His carving is just so groovy and has such a great flow. It's a pleasure to watch. So on this week's episode, I put together a whole bunch of shots from our time at Risutsu. Let's take a look at that. This is Waji at Risutsu Resort riding his Genten Stick Chaser HP. The HP stands for high performance. And I think that's a pretty good description of his riding. High performance, snow surfing style.
You're watching S Vlogs only on YouTube featuring Neil Hartmann. And friends, keep it locked.
Colo, somos guanaza. Hola Sana baba. Satu. Puma. Agana barreto so. Amawa tasa nana. Opa. Eyo tuma.
After my session with Waji at Rusutsu, I asked Zoran, who's a ski instructor there in the winter, to join me and do a couple runs on the same courses, similar kind of style follow shot. It's fun for me to go out with someone like Waji, who has a very surf style, you know, snowboarding kind of groove, and then go out with someone like Zoran, who's a really strong, aggressive skier, do the same follow shots and see the difference in the way they approach those courses. It's really kind of interesting. Let's take a look at a couple of his runs as well. Clear the mind, clear the spirit, refresh the soul. New shit has arrived at studio time. Welcome to studio time. Mountain gear has arrived from Amazon. Amazon. Like there's any other place that you can actually order stuff. Is a golden pair of crampons. Ooh, look at that. Yes, crampons. In Japan, everyone uses is it the German word? Eisen. Eisen. I have a pair of Eisen, black colored. They're steel. These, I believe, are aluminum. They're similar in design and shape, but these are really light. I mean, really light. 480 grams. When you go hiking in the mountains, you need to be prepared for icy slopes, especially in the spring. Ridges where we walk up, sometimes they get very icy. A couple weeks ago, I was on that trip to Mount Asahidake. We hiked up to the 7th station, which is quite high up there. It started to get really icy. I had my split board with my split board crampons on, but there was a situation where I actually debated having to walk back down because the place we were going to ride was so icy, I didn't want to ride it. So I had the thought of actually like walking down the mountain. And in that case, it would be dangerous to just walk down in my snowboard boots. It would be safer to have on a pair of crampons. It's time to invest in a super light pair of crampons. I can always have them in the bag. 480 grams does not make a big difference. I would put that in there, and if I need them, I'll be able to pull them out and put them on. I like it. You just sort of pull that up and it releases the pin that's in there, and you can adjust them to your size very quickly. These cost 5,000 yen. That's about $50. They were quite cheap. Generally for mountain equipment, I like to buy the more expensive stuff because I feel like it's going to be a better quality and it's going to last longer. But in this case, I just need sort of an emergency crampon. It's not going to be a heavy use item for me. It's something that if the situation arises, I can pull it out of my bag, put them on, and get down the mountain safely. I just need them to work for me in those situations. Snow leopard. I always love brand new gear. We'll be up at high elevation again soon with a chance to use them, although, to be honest with you, I would prefer not to. I like powder snow. Ah, yes. Let's stop for a moment and have a few more words about spring skiing and snowboarding here in Japan. I think it's actually a great time of year. You could enjoy cherry blossoms in Tokyo right now and then get on a train and go to a mountain and go skiing or snowboarding. It's fantastic. There's not enough people out here on the mountain at this time of year. So please, if you are here and you have the chance, go skiing, go snowboarding. Find the resort with the high elevation that still has the snow. You'll have a great time, I guarantee it. This time of year in Japan, a lot of mountains hold events. There's not so many races, but more kind of cultural events, especially snowboarding. They'll build little parks. There's a lot of snow skating that goes on. There's kind of bowl type events, all kinds of really interesting stuff, usually with music and food and just really good springtime vibes. that is about it for this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed that flashback. That was back in the spring of 2019. A hand-dug little Yukiita and snow skate park in Niseko, Moiwa. That was a great, fun event. Really good vibes there. Those guys are so good. Such skills. Before that, we had a little studio time, plus Waji at Rusutsu Resort, which is closing this Sunday, as are other resorts. I hope you get out there, enjoy the corn snow, the slushy springtime goodness, or maybe you will find yourself in a snowstorm like I am witnessing right here in front of my house right now. Can you believe that? I'm talking about spring and resorts closing, and it's dumping right here in front of my house right now. What's going on? Okay, I'm not complaining. We'll go ride some powder tomorrow. Okay, I'll see y'all next week. Don't forget, the show is moving times to premiere on Sunday nights here in Japan. Obviously, depending on where you watch it around the world, the time will be slightly different, but please keep that in mind. And don't forget to subscribe and share these videos with your friends. Thank you very much. Next week, we're going to jump in my sauna with my new sauna hat. See you then.